Hello! I am looking wild. My name is Stella, I do really weird things to my hair, and today I'm going to be showing 3 different at-home blowouts that you can do yourself on one haircut. This is by far the trickiest haircut that I have ever gotten in my life because it's got these layers. It is a bit tricky to style. I'm not going to lie, it kind of gives me Karen vibes at times. So it's definitely been a bit of a challenge to make it look good. However, it does not mean that this is the only haircut you could do it with. You can do it on one length hair, it could be longer, it could have no bangs whatsoever. In fact, I think it'll work on just about any haircut. So here's how it looks. Air dried, I washed it a couple of days ago. It looks messy. It looks honestly a bit just wild. It is not my favorite. The color, however, is. So I'm gonna go ahead and start by washing my hair. I'm gonna be using these 2 shampoo and conditioners by Arctic Fox that I've never tried before, so I'm gonna give that a go. And then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna start the 3 blowouts that I know you're gonna love. Blowouts, I believe it's the American way of saying blow dry. In Europe, we say blow dry. I'm gonna wash my hair. I'm gonna be right back. First thing you need to do, brush out your hair. If you have curly hair, brush this out with conditioner on your hair when you're still washing it with something like a Denman brush or a Tangle Teaser. This will work fine if you have straight or wavy hair. Next up, hair protection. Basically like the primer of the hair, something to start off the styling process. I have this, the Money Honey Repair Serum by Arctic Fox. It looks more like a leave-in conditioner, which is how I'm going to use it. It does say to use either on damp or dry hair, which again makes me think that it's kind of like a leave-in serum combo. The second thing that I'm gonna go in with, because I am planning some voluminous looks, is this thing, or any variety along this line. This is called the Volume Spritz Volume Texture Spray by Leeton House. Essentially, it is just something that when you apply heat to it, it's going to retain the shape. So it's going to help build volume. Something like a mousse will also work as well. Apply on damp towel dried hair. You can also aim it at the root if you want volume. These are 2 hairdryer options that you're most likely to see currently on the market. This is one by Mattis, and this is personally a bit of a favorite of mine if I'm working on myself because it is a tiny bit lighter. So if you're gonna go like this for like 40 minutes, it is also considerably more silent than any other hairdryer model. If you didn't go in with a product like this, go in with a heat protectant now to avoid excess damage on your hair. First thing we have to do for any one of the blowouts, we need to blast dry our hair to 80% dry, or when it's like mostly dry but you have some wet stringy hair. Fun tip, if you are going for a sleek look and one without like a lot of flyaway or frizz, aim the hairdryer heat down. However, if you're going for volume and a bigger, bouncier look, flip your head upside down, dry it like that, because then the hair is going to be blown this way and then you're gonna flip it this way. It's going to have built-in volume. We're gonna start with a sleek look first. Kind of 80% of the way dry. As I said, the first blowout style that I'm going to show you is a sleek straight look, one of my personal favorite ones. You can also go at it with a straightener. The only problem with a straightener is if you have, let's say, thick or wavy rootage, whatever, the straightener might not be able to get that the same way that a hairdryer and brush can. So if you have relatively naturally straight hair, you can go and straighten your hair with a straightener. However, if you do have wavy natural hair, a hairdryer is going to be your best option. Whenever I am using a hairdryer, I like to put it on the second heat setting, but the full kind of force. That is because my hair doesn't really require as much heat to straighten it. However, if you have, as I said, thicker, curlier hair, your best friend is also going to be high heat. I'm sorry, but your hair needs it. If you are in a salon, I would recommend these things. They're called crocodile clippies, but it's harder to manage that on your own. So I'm going to use the trusty rubber band. This is gonna be my first section. The typical rule of thumb is that your section shouldn't be wider than your brush. However, because I am working on myself and it's the back of my head, I'm going to be taking a slightly larger section because it's gonna be easier for me to do. So let's start. I can't really explain this because I'll be doing it, so just follow along. As you move up the head, you're gonna keep taking sections roughly the width of your brush. Another thing to remember, the wider your brush, the more volume it's going to create. I'm going with the smaller option. Okay, so now all of my hair is officially straight, so now it's time to do the fringe. Now I'm going to finish off with the tiniest bit of serum to seal in any flyaways, frizz, and add a bit of shine. First blowout style complete. Second at-home blowout, the 80s blowout, also known as something like this. Basically, very much similar to this. In fact, I'm really not going to be touching the back of my head, but I'm gonna head in with the front of it, and we're going to blow it outwards with our curtain, well, our regular fringe being transformed into a curtain bang. For this, you will need a hairdryer, duh, and two brushes, one of them being quite a bit smaller, especially if you have bangs like me. You're gonna need something quite tight in order to get that effect. I wanna get pretty much the back end of my, well, it could be that. And with our larger hairdryer, we're going to start blow drying our hair outwards to create that very signature outward blowout. Now we'll move on to the fringe. In this case, I am going to just very casually separate kind of where I think the middle of my bangs are, because we are going for kind of a curtain bang moment, i.e. they separate at the center of our forehead. Wet it a bit. Now repeat this on the other side. I'm not really going to show that because it's really awkward. Once again, some finishing oil to finish it all off. Third and final blowout, the voluminous blowout. One of my favorite ones because it creates a big ball. Once again, you're gonna grab your favorite hair dryer and the biggest round brush you can find. First thing we're gonna start doing. Hold and release. The secret is to blow dry up and away from the hair. That is what's going to generate that volume. And as always, serum. At this point, my hair is an oil pulling factory, oil making factory. It is full of oil, but it looks good. Oh my god. I feel like we moved from the decades. 70s was straight hair, 80s was the blowout hair, and 90s is the big fringe moment. Oh yeah! I'm in love. Those are 3 super fun blows that you most absolutely can do at home. It does take a bit of a while to figure out hand movements, but once you got that, you're pretty much all sorted, and they're amazing. Seriously, they're amazing, and they're super fun to do. I'm going to be linking every single product and tool that I used today in my video down below in the event that you want to give them a go, but for the most part they are pretty simple products that everyone can get their hands on, so you should probably already have them in your house. If you don't, go out and buy some. They're not that expensive. I feel like a Barbie doll, except Barbie had terrible hair. I really hope these were helpful and that you'll give them a go because they are really amazing blowout methods that you can use on pretty much most hairstyles, haircuts, and hair length. I urge you to give them a go, and as always, please hit the thumbs up on this video if you liked it, and please subscribe to this channel if you are new. I would love to hit the 1 million subscriber mark. That would be insane. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll give it a go, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!